Your wish is my command. Here is the story time of my very worst homecoming. I will say I don't like dances. I went to all of my homecomings and all of my proms, and then I continued to go to other schools' homecomings and proms, which I'm not really sure why I did that because I don't like dances. Let me set the scene for you. This was my senior year homecoming, and I was dating this boy since like the end of my junior year, and I had tried to break up with him like multiple times, and he was just like not letting me break up with him. I know that's like, what do you mean he wouldn't let you break up with him? But you don't really know the situation until you're like in that type of situation. Not only did he not let me break up with him, but he continued to treat me poorly. He came to my house and like asked me to homecoming with a poster and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is starting to look up. Like this could actually be fun. Fast forward to the weekend of homecoming. He refused to go to the homecoming game with me because his parents wouldn't let him take their car and he didn't like his car. So that like kind of started it all. That was where my frustration really started. And then I knew he was having people over to his house to kind of like pre-game homecoming. I don't know. He had a foreign exchange student at his house at the time, and his date came over to hang out and she brought her friends. I was getting ready with my friends, so I did not go to his thing, but I asked him not to drink because he was the one that was supposed to be driving all of us. So it's like common sense, like don't drink. He was Snapchatting me like right before we like met up, so I kind of assumed that he had been drinking, but I didn't know for sure. He wanted to be like in his own group with his foreign exchange student, which was like I guess his best friend, I don't know. So I had to go without any of my friends, and it was just like all underclassmen and my boyfriend and me in my group. When I showed up to the venue, my mom like came with me and she drove me so I didn't have to leave my car anywhere. As soon as we pulled up, I literally just started bawling. I wanted to break up with him so bad. I was like begging my mom not to make me go. My mom was like trying to take pictures of just me, and there was like tears just falling down my face the whole time. This is all before the dance. Before. I finally like meet up with him and his little group of underclassmen friends, and I hand him like his boutonniere and I like pin it to his shirt, and he doesn't have anything for me. Which is weird because yes, he did. He had it at his house. And when I asked him about it, he was like, that is dumb. Because his foreign exchange student had convinced him that that was like stupid and that the flower thing was dumb. And his mom told him to go home and get it, and he was like, no. I don't have any pictures with any of my friends my senior homecoming. I really didn't even see my friends my senior homecoming. But anyway, so we get in the car after pictures and we're going to like this Italian restaurant, and the girls are like carrying water bottles, and honestly I wasn't really thinking anything of it because I was like, oh, like yeah, period hydration, until they started bringing them into the restaurants and like laughing, and then my boyfriend was drinking it and I fucking knew. Him and all of his friends and all the little underclassmen or whatever literally were drinking. I was the only one that wasn't drinking, and I was so upset. Because how could you like drive people around knowing that you've been doing that? And I specifically asked him not to drink. After dinner, we like walked over to Target, and in the Target parking lot, we were sitting there, and everyone else was like in a different store, and he told me, he was like, I don't really want to go to the dance anymore. He was laughing when he said that, so I low-key thought he was joking. Like I genuinely thought he was joking because like we were already there. Blah blah blah, we end up getting to the school like 30 minutes late. People were just starting to get there. Everyone starts getting out of the car except him. He's just sitting there. I like open my door and I'm like starting to get out, and I was like, are you coming? He looked me dead in the face and was like, no. I was like laughing because I thought he was joking. I literally thought he was joking. Like I knew it was bad, but I did not know it was as bad. He was like, I told you I didn't want to go, Molly. 30 minutes ago? Like what? We're already here, what? I'm like, wait, are you serious? And he starts yelling in my face, talking about I don't want to go in, I'm not doing that, I'm not going in. Okay, so I get out and I slam his door and I call my mom, and I'm like literally crying because I'm so mad. Like, you're ruining my night. My life, rather. And my mom is like, I'm so sorry, Molly, like you don't have to stay, like find a ride home, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I'm already here, I'm already in the dress, I'm already done my makeup, like I'm here, I'm going in. So I go in by myself, and my principal knows that I'm dating this boy, so she's like, where's your date? I start crying, and I'm like, he's in the car. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I go in there, and immediately everyone starts asking me, where's so-and-so, where's so-and-so, where? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, he's in the car, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not worried about it. One of my guy friends comes up to me and is like, your date is sitting in the corner by himself, Molly, like you're such a bad girlfriend. He was like joking, but that low-key struck a nerve so bad in me. And I went over to him and I got my shoes, I put my shoes on, and I left. I begged the principal to let me leave because once you're in the dance, you can't leave until 10 o'clock, and we had just got there. So I made my mom call her and explain to her the situation, and she let me go. I told my boyfriend rather, that he needed to take me home right now, and he was like, no. He was like, you can sit in the car. What? He was like, I can take you back to my house, but I have to take all these people home after, so I can't take you back to your house. Because at that point, I lived like 40 minutes away from my school, so there really wasn't time for him to take me home and then be back to the school on time. So we like went back to his house and sat in silence for like 2 hours. And then after he dropped everyone else off, he finally took me home. In the whole car ride, he was talking about how much he hates white people. So that was Saturday, and then I didn't talk to him Sunday or Monday. On Monday at lunch, my friend's boyfriend took my phone, texted him and was like, we're breaking up, don't talk to me anymore. Blocked him on everything, and then took my phone for the rest of the day so I couldn't like try to add him back or anything. And we never talked again. And when I asked him for my stuff back, I had so much stuff at his house. He had a swimming pool, so I had like swimsuits, towels, like mascara, makeup, lip gloss, everything. I had so much jewelry, I had so much stuff at his house. I asked him to bring my stuff to school. I was like, you can bring it to school, like you don't have to take it to my house or anything, like trying to be so nice. He brought me a lip gloss, and that was it. Never got any of my stuff back. A few days after that, his mom DM'd my mom on Facebook and apologized for his behavior. She said that my ex had told her everything he did to me throughout the whole relationship, and she was just so sorry. And we never talked again. He's never tried to contact me. I've never tried to contact him. I could literally make a whole video on things he did and I still stayed, but I'll spare you on that one. Anyways, that is the end of that story. Those are like the only two like horror stories that I have of like guys. I've had pretty good luck other than that. But anyways, that's all. I hope you enjoyed.